Hi, I'm Scott Killaby. If you're watching this video, you may not know who I am. So let me tell you just a little bit about who I am. I'm the co-founder of two treatment centers that are very unique in the world. The Killaby Center and the Natural Rest House, both in Palm Springs, California, very close to there. We still have the Killaby Center for recovery. We're in the process of selling our detox center, the Natural Rest House. We still have the Killaby Center. It is the first um, treatment center in the country to focus primarily on mindfulness and non-dual awareness inquiry. It's a brand new creature. Most all of the other centers in the country and in the world, most of them are 12-step based or psychotherapy based. Well, there's been emerging research since 1970, a whole list of studies which talk about the benefits, evidence-based, that mindfulness is an evidence-based practice, and the benefits of of mindfulness reach into depression, anxiety, PTSD, addiction, bipolar. So we have the evidence for this methodology. It's been around for thousands of years, but it wasn't until we came into the field that it was put into the clinical field in a treatment center focused on that modality. We've had a great success rate. In fact, we have published our results on killabycenter.com. If you go to the blog section and just type in results or success rate, you'll see that on a number of occasions we've posted these results, which are when people are there for like a good amount of time, like 60, 90 days, we have like 80% success rate in like depression, uh, anxiety, PTSD, and then like 100% success rate on suicidal ideation. But to even have a high success rate on depression and anxiety like that high is rare. I would say rare for even therapy. I don't know, but this is an independent assessment. This is a company that comes from outside the Killaby Center, completely unconnected with us, and evaluates and assesses our clients how well they're doing all through treatment and at the end of treatment. So we know we have something good here. We also know we have something new. What we are is what's called a disruptive business. So a disruptive business, as you may know if you're in business, is one that is like the first to the market. We're the first one, if you think of it in terms of business, we're the first one to come into the treatment field as a mindfulness-based center. So we have another disruptive idea, which is disruptive is a good thing. It's the beginning of change. So what we know now from science is that emotional repression, trauma, self-esteem issues, these are the kinds of things that are driving addiction. They're also driving mental health issues. That is science. At the Killaby Center, we have been science-based from the beginning. So what we work on is trauma, emotional repression, self-esteem issues. So we're working from an evidence-based perspective on the actual drivers that science has highlighted that drive addiction, and that's why we're doing well. So we want to take this model and create a new center in Seattle. Now, this new center, let me explain to you what the Killaby Center can and can't do with its license, and then you'll understand why we want to start this new endeavor. In California, in or when you get a license to treat substance abuse like we have, you cannot at the same time treat someone with a primary diagnosis of a mental health issue. So many people have come in with just mental health issues, but their insurance won't cover it because the way that the licensing is in California. We would actually have to have a psychiatrist as our owner, or as our sole owner, in order to treat mental health as primary. So we treat a lot of people with addiction as their primary diagnosis, but with a co-occurring disorder, as they call it, in mental health, meaning they come with addiction, but also with depression or anxiety or trauma. So we're able to treat them, the whole person, that way. But if the person has a primary diagnosis of um, mental health, because of the way the laws are set up in California, we can't treat that person. Another entity could treat that person as long as that entity is owned by a psychiatrist. Well, we don't have a psychiatrist in that area of the country that we would want as an owner. So in Seattle, in Washington, the laws are different. You can treat someone with insurance who has a primary diagnosis of mental health. So in this new Seattle center that we're proposing that we'd like to build, we've chosen Seattle because one of our potential partners lives there and has been working there in this field. We chose it for that reason. We think it's a good site, it's a progressive community. We all like Seattle. But also the laws in Washington allow us to treat both addiction and mental health as a primary diagnosis. So many more people could be helped by this work at this new center. What we're looking for now is someone who understands this vision, who understands that it's new, it's totally new in the field. We don't know of another center that, just like with the Akilabe Center, is the first one to treat addiction primarily with mindfulness. We think that this will be the first center that treats mental health and addiction both through mindfulness. And as you know, our work, or many of you know, our work goes much deeper than just being mindful. There are very progressive, penetrative self-inquiries that we have that are really helpful for people. And they are also based in mindfulness. So right now we're looking for investors or an investor. You don't have to live in Seattle. It would be nice, but you don't have to. We're looking for anyone who listens to this video and contemplates the vision of being, the first really innovative. We're innovating, period. So we're looking for those investors who are interested in that innovation, who are interested in this field for whatever reason. Maybe you have a family member who has suffered, or maybe you're interested yourself in mindfulness or self-inquiry or holistic approaches, and you've got some money and you want to give it a try. You want to build something. Right now, we know we just haven't we know that there are people out there who would be interested in that. It's just a matter of making connections with those people. So if you're interested, email me, Scott Kiloby, at kilobyscenter@gmail.com. KILOBY center@gmail.com, and put Seattle in the subject line, please. And I'm asking everyone who watches this video, all the people that follow my work, that watch these videos, please, please, if you know anyone from Seattle that might be interested, or anyone who has some money and wants to invest or is in that business of investing, please send them this video, because you sending this video could be the one thing that happens that makes this whole center happen. And so that's amazing. You would be part of something happening here that's brand new in this field, and you'd be an instrumental part. All you have to do is connect us with someone that you know that you think is really might be interested in this. So again, email me at kilobyscenter@gmail.com, and we'll give you much more detail about this whole endeavor, and we'll provide a business plan to you so you can see exactly what it is we want to build. A mindfulness-based, inquiry-based mental health and addiction treatment center, the first one in the country, as far as we know, in the world. Thanks.